Welcome to day 7. Today is the king to your castle. Your soul. Royalty. Your highness. So we're going to work with images today. The words that I speak connect to the images from your mind. And imagine you're creating a picture. So the king to your castle. Your soul is the king. So imagine that soul is the sun. And in the grounds where the sun lays, it's surrounded by a castle. So your soul in the castle. So if we use the mind becomes the castle. So your truth at its core, the soul. And we start always at the soul. Whereas in this life we go through stages of learning, remembering, and we try to put that into words without the experience, and then we continue searching. And quite often, because those words are not from our experience, which means it lacks meaning, we can spend a majority of our time chasing things that we're never going to find. Because that is not coming from our truth. So we always remember to start from the truth, the soul, the sun. And we can simplify the sun because it's your energy, your spirit. And if it's not that feeling, it's not your truth. So your soul is the feelings. Simple. Truth is simple. So let's look at the sun. Every day, the sun shows us the way. So let's reflect that back on your life. Every day, your soul shows you the way. If you brighten up and follow the light, follow the truth, follow that feeling. So every day is a new day. Every day we get to show up to experience a new day. And if we can always come back to that as a knowing, the only thing that gets in the way of that truth is the mind. So what is the mind? That is your truth, that is your energy, that is feeling. So mind are the thoughts. As we went through the senses the other day, those thoughts aren't part of your senses. So it's not your truth. The egoic mind. We've also established that our ego is our teacher, our guardian, our gatekeeper. And when we bring awareness, the light, we soul set the mind. And the mind creates for the body. Mind creates for the soul. So the only thing that we ever have to really work out in life is the mind. And as we know, that ego comes in many shapes and sizes, many forms. And awareness is the key to the mind. The depth of your mind. That's an amazing feeling. Knowing that your soul is the truth and your mind takes responsibility to create for your soul, to create that experience. Visualization of the mind, imagination of the mind, creation of the mind. Powerful, powerful things. So let's just start with the soul. Every day is a new day. And the soul is a feeling. The truth is simple. It's a knowing. It just is. And sometimes we find ourselves out of flow. It's been a while. Or this has taken some time. Time is the mind. When things are not working, or you've tried too many times, that's all the mind. The soul is every day. You show up every day as the soul. So if we can simplify life to the soul, that king, the royalty, the highest self, high king, asking questions as king, and receiving answers from your soul, yourself. And meditations is the soul. Every day you're connecting with the spirit within you. A spiritual being in spirit. A place that feels like home inside the body. So you know your truth. So every day we awaken. Every day is a new day. How can we start the day without any mind? It's like that light ignites inside the body to stimulate that first thought of the day from the mind. Soul sets the mind. So if the soul rises inside the body, the sun, and it goes all the way up to the mind. A bright spark. We can start the day with a smile, with a thank you, with some gratitude, with an intention. With an affirmation, with acknowledgement, with appreciation. Those all come from thoughts and converts to the feelings. That's how we can start the day. Every day is a new day. Appreciating that we get to experience a new day as the soul, as the self. Simple. Anything that's not that feeling is not your truth. And if it's not your feeling, we know it has to come from the mind. So the castle is the mind. And as we go on this journey, we're now going to bring awareness to the mind. We've spent a number of sessions identifying the ego, learning about the ego. We know our soul is the truth, and our body holds those feelings. And we also know when we are in our truth, our mind gets to create with the imagination, to express those feelings. And our mind is the gateway always to the soul, because it has a choice, and that choice influences the body. And when we're not paying attention, that choice can be made from the ego, edging God out. So we've learned about the ego. Let's now remember. And that ego is the mind. We're mind in the soul. The Son of God, the child minding. Your mind is the protector of the soul. And all those characters played by your ego can be used in your favour to protect the soul. And as we go on this experience, the resistance, the uncomfort, the stress, the triggers, we know that's mind. So now we can go back and reflect. Reflect the mind to see if they mirror the feelings in the body. Because if there's any resistance in the body, there's a mismatch with the mind, the thoughts. So, different roles of the mind. Today we're going to start with a powerful role. Discipline of the mind. So imagine one of the roles, discipline, disciple. The disciple for the castle, the protector of the soul. And I just want you to bring awareness to the soul, your spirit, divine in nature, God's creation. The magic of the soul, that's word protection. They say freedom is never free. Because you've got to keep working for that freedom. That is the soul. So the disciples of the mind, discipline. And discipline, again, is attached with previous thoughts. We're starting from now, the soul, now and now. And these are reminders, because you remember there's feelings inside your body that feel right. It just has to match with the mind. In sync, in alignment, align with the mind. So these are reminders daily, because if our mind is set by the soul, and our soul's the truth, and our soul shows up every day, our mind has a choice to show up every day too. And it's only the duality of the mind that moans, that gets bored, that loses focus. So if we start the day each day with the soul, which brings the mind in, rise up to the mind. The lights in your body brighten up the mind. So, over the next few sessions, we're really going to bring awareness to the mind, one day at a time, one disciple at a time, one discipline at a time. So, one of the superpowers, to be able to hear the soul, to listen. Being present, being still, being in that silence. It allows us to listen and to hear. So imagine that castle, you can hear all the sounds. And yet we know there's a chaos of noise. Many thoughts, many opinions, collective mind. And you're the gatekeeper to the soul. So you're in control. You have a choice. So let's start with the mind. Break it down to the soul. The keys to the soul. And these are things we can work at every single day as the soul. We can reflect on these every single day. Words, thoughts, and actions. So bringing awareness, words, thoughts, and actions all come from the mind. The thoughts come first. That idea. And then those thoughts we convert into words with a touch of those feelings. We have a choice from the thought to when those words get formed and leave the mouth, empty open as a truth. We have a choice. Bringing awareness. And those thoughts and those words, they complement the actions. Having faith, following the right path, staying in alignment, they will manifest. So, castle to your soul, and the first discipline is choosing from the soul. Words, thoughts, actions. And remember, your soul is love, unconditional love. There's no judgment at the soul. Judging is from the mind. And it's only when you bring awareness to the mind that you then have another choice. So letting go of time, I keep doing that, I forget to do this. You bring awareness, and when that awareness comes, the choice is, what's my next step? What changes will I make next time? So we can learn from that label mistakes, all the mess ups, all from the mind. Yet when we reflect and look back, there's always a solution. Your soul is the truth, a teaching, a lesson, an understanding. So bringing awareness, what comes into the castle, the inner temple. And when you bring awareness, thoughts, words, actions, that comes from the self, the I. And we know the I am is the truth. So those words I am is to stand on that truth, to speak, to follow the I am. What is your truth? And that is a knowing. Every day I know I am. I am that I am. I love being who I am. I love experience I am. It's that daily reminder. And how do we get that excitement all the time? We look out for the signs. We bring awareness to our senses, pre-sense. Pre-sending those signs. Co-creating with the Creator. Because when you are the spirit, You blend in with that energy. Simple truths. So being honourable of the mind, the words, the thoughts, the actions. Standing on that truth with that knowing I am. I am that I am. I am unique. I am one of a kind. I am the gift. I am meant, mine, to be here. Mine to be here. All in the words, all in plain sight. And then the third part of this discipline is to know that that is your truth. That is your feelings. And your feelings are a truth, which means no one can ever take that away from you. So engagement with others, the opinions of the mind, find your way to bring it back to your truth. Words, thoughts, actions. Think of the words to asking questions. When you stand on your truth, that doesn't need an explanation, because the truth is as it is, simple. My feelings, calmness, joy, peace, bliss, enjoy in the mind, enjoyment. So I can stand on that I am without the influence from others, the judgments, the judging minds from others, the labels from others, the stories spoken by others. If we know our truth in that inner castle and we have a choice, we know that anything that's not your truth is the ego. So words spoken by others, opinions from others, it only impacts you if you let that through. You're not paying attention at the gate into your castle. And that's saying all hell breaks loose. Hell is the ego. Hell is not the label that we've been described it. Hell is the ego. Because as soon as we come back to the soul, we're in heaven. Heaven on earth. Heavenly thoughts. So bring it back to every day is a new day. Every day I get to start the day. And that concept of time, I don't have enough time. If you add it all as one truth, a cold truth, wholesome, the soul. Thank you. Experience those feelings. So I am the standing on that, knowing that your feelings are the truth, and when you speak those feelings from that place of love, which is your truth, and it comes straight from the heart, it's heartfelt, then we know that however it has been received, that is from other minds, not your truth anymore. Out in the open, that is with the spirit. That is going to manifest. The body's receiving those requests. We can then let that go. Holding on, rationalizing at the mind, internalizing of the mind. If we know our truth, then all it is a feeling. Mind then describes that feeling. How am I feeling? Great. Amazing. peaceful, confident, clarity, calmness. The disciple of the mind, knowing thyself, reminding of thyself, myself, self, the soul. And every time you come back to the meditations, you're back with your soul, your true self. Mind creates, body heals, perfect body balance, stillness at the mind, a soulful feeling, castle full of soul. The maze around the castle, a maze in. You are a maze in, the soul inside your maze. So you always have a choice. And as that day, the sun starts to set, the soul sets in the mind, a reminder. Mind sets in the body, and then all you have is that feeling, awareness, healing, love, peace. Words, thoughts, and actions. So now bring awareness to reminding yourself to set the intention. Every day is a new day. Minding the soul. Reminding the mind. And then experience those feelings in the body. We're going to continue on the disciples of the mind. The disciples to your soul. The gatekeepers. The discipline. Because as soon as we bring awareness, we have that choice. And the truth is simple. We expand our awareness. We enhance our experience. And we create new memories. Memories for the soul, that's the currency. So see how you get on today. And I invite you to write down anything that comes up for you. Are there things that you can add to your soulful essentials? Thank you so much, everyone. And we'll see you all again tomorrow.